Hello, everyone. Just checking that this time it works, because last time for some reason it didn't go through. Just checking on my mobile to make sure that hopefully you can see me. So, welcome everyone. Hope you're having a lovely summer. Well, it's raining here in London, so I'm not really sure, but yeah, hopefully the weather will improve. So if you can write maybe your name, where you're watching me from. I'm live on YouTube and on LinkedIn, so it would be nice to see where people are kind of joining from. Had a bit of technical issues, which shows that I haven't done this for a while, so I need to get better at doing that. So, how's everyone doing? Just for a start, it'd be good to kind of really see how are you, how is everything going? I really miss those sessions. It's been quite a while now. So today I thought to speak a bit about really leveraging different industries. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, as I said, and if there's any issues, technical issues. And yeah, where you're from, say hello. That'd be great. So today's session, today's live, I thought to speak a bit about leveraging really cross-industry experience. I was speaking to someone I mentor, and he used to work in a couple of industries, and I wrote a LinkedIn post about that. He used to work in different industries, and he was thinking, okay, moving to a new industry, can he do that? What can he leverage? Is he starting from scratch? Which I think are things that I personally went through when I moved across different industries. And I thought, if I want to really get back to the LinkedIn Live, that would be a perfect thing, because it can help leaders, data leaders especially, to think differently at what they can bring from the experiences that they have and pull from at different levels, really. So let me start a bit about speaking about my view about different technologies. So I've worked across different industries. I've worked across IT in HP. I'm working at the moment in FMCG at Unilever. I worked in Automotive, so I worked in LEONI, in Nissan, in Jaguar Land Rover, of course, and in hospitality at Hilton. I did some consulting as well. And it just, reflecting back, I think it gave me so much strength. And I'll speak a bit first about the three main things that in my head, when I think about experience, I can definitely think about those are the things that are unique and where I stand out given this experience. Hi, Kavya from India here. Lovely to see you. So the first thing is really the perspective. I think it gives you a lot of adaptability, because once you move from an industry to the other, you really need to adapt to that new industry. There's a different terminologies, different ways of working. If you're moving within the industry across different organizations, that is a massive change. There are different acronyms that are used in different organizations, and it teaches you to be adaptable. Imagine moving from an industry to the other, whether from FMCG to automotive, or from automotive to hospitality, or working in pharmaceutical. There's so much adaptability that you need to have to be able to move cross industry. And that is something, it's not only moving across industry, that actually becomes one of your personal traits. Even when you're doing your job, you're very adaptable. You're not rigid. You can be you can apply governance, you can really be organized, but you'll find yourself very adaptable. If something doesn't work, okay, how can we move it? How can we change? How can we make it better? The second bit is really, when I think about moving across industries, is the innovation side. Moving across industry gave me a massive innovation in terms of mindset, because I'd be like, oh yeah, but we didn't used to do it like that in automotive because we've did X, Y, and Z. Or hospitality doesn't do it this way. Or IT is a bit advanced. And I think this kind of innovation kind of pushes you really hard to think out of the box, and to try to link and connect things differently, because you're not close to a certain industry anymore. Your mind is much broader, back to the broad bit that I was speaking about, this adaptability, this innovation. The second thing, other than broad perspective, is really the skill set. Your skill set becomes very, very different, and you start to communicate differently with different people. Because as much as there is like I'd say a culture within the industry, there are people who are different. We're not the same. And if you work across industry, you meet across industries, the cultures are different. So you become, as I said, adaptable, but also you learn how to manage and communicate differently. Communication in automotive is not the same as hospitality. Automotive is all about, not stopping the line, about massive investments, about we were producing cars. So if something happens, that's a human on the road. While hospitality was all about customers and being nice and enjoying the trip. And if you're traveling for business, then they need to have this and that. FMCG is all about fast moving manufacturing goods. So it's really, things are moving very fast and you want to be as fast as the customer. And that gives you the skill set that obviously is reflected, first of all, at the team. And it gives you the skill set to work with different people. So I think those are really the kind of the personal skills. But also, if I look at other different skills or what I've learned, and I'm sharing this, and I think this would be really a good topic to, I think that would be a couple of other, live sessions. But one of the things, I'll just go through the different industries I personally worked in and how they benefited me personally, and how they changed me and how I pull on them when I am actually working now day to day. I'd say working in FMCG helped me understand a bit more about the purpose, because it's all serving the customer. And I think it's something that even within Unilever we say is like, brands with purpose grow and people with purpose thrive. And I think this kind of purpose, because it is a fast moving commodity. And this kind of made me a bit more trying to think, I wouldn't say reactive, more reactive, and as well like proactive, like thinking about the future and what can I do. And so this kind of fast pace is a bit different. While working in consulting, now when I'm doing projects or when I'm working in data and this area, I'm thinking about problem structuring, and I use that a lot in my different roles, how to structure a problem, design thinking, the importance of strategy. And really the word strategy as it means, not as it's just used. So this kind of understanding of the importance of having strategy and alignment of the data strategy to the organization strategy and alignment to the functional strategies. All of that, I think that I brought from it was an experience that I gained working in consulting. Working on automotive was something very different, because automotive taught me, I'd say, impact, safety, governance, the importance of decision making. And because it's the driver on the road, that is reflected everywhere in the organization. So everywhere is really, governance is, I wouldn't say, actually governance is quite tight, but I'd say it is, you think about the impact of everything. So compared to other industry where there is like a little bit of flexibility, automotive is not the same. And that taught me a lot of being very organized, understanding the impact, asking the right questions, looking forward and thinking, okay, what can be done differently? So I think that's what I think automotive is really very different. It also working in IT was very interesting because the IT industry is very innovative and you get hold of things very, very early on. And I remember working in HP when the cloud was still a thing. And at that time, it's just really understanding technology. And I found my passion for technology when I was working in IT because it was all about cloud. And at that time, I wasn't really working in the data area. So I was just like, okay, what is cloud? How are organizations using it? And then the questions that are being asked by organizations, can we move to the cloud? How secure is it? And all of that gives you I guess it gave me the experience or it proved to me that this is the function of the data function is where I would like to sit. Because it's all about innovation and it's all about new things and the challenge of actually coping with technology. And that is a skill in itself. Not everyone can cope with the change that technology is happening all around. With emerging technology and the data and the change in the data function, everything is changing as we're speaking. And that means that the person working in this area has to have this tolerance and have to have the skill set to work with the unknown and working in a there is no, you don't know what will be discovered. Like ChatGPT wasn't a thing a couple of years ago. Digital twin wasn't a thing a few years ago. The metaverse and so on. And it's how can you interlink those technologies, especially at a leadership level. And I think that is what IT taught me, or working in the IT industry really taught me. The last bit, which I found very interesting, is working in hospitality, which is very different than any other industry. Teamwork is very different there, and people are different. By the end of the day, the industry is working to serve the customer and to make their experience, whether they are on a business trip or on a really leisure or going out on a holiday. The main thing the industry is working on is just really to make that experience memorable and easy, and to make that trip, whether it's a business trip or a leisure trip, really very enjoyable. And this is reflected at the back end office. So this kind of smile that you see at the front end, the relaxed vibe and everything at the back end is very similar, or at least that was my experience. So I think those are some examples of things that I brought from the different industries. And as I said, working in hospitality, the bit that I didn't continue, just my mind went blank there, but really was the experience that I got from working in this different experience, because I came from, at that time, I moved from IT to hospitality and then moved a bit to consulting. And then I went to automotive. It was this mindset of we are different, and this teamwork I still use in my team meeting. I still use things that I personally learned from the working in hospitality experience, and it brings the team very close together. So this link in live or YouTube live, this live really is all about just discussing how can you leverage and think about the different skill set that you can learn, whether it's technical, whether it's more of a professional or soft skills, I'd say people skills. And I hope it was beneficial for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you want me to speak about a certain industry, and also if you want me to deep dive a bit deeper into what you can learn from each. I'd love to do that as well. I mean, it's for me, I think it was such a great experience working across industries. And I think I'd say it made me who I am today, personally and professionally. It changes you a lot. So if you had the privilege to work across industries, make sure that you leverage that to the most. I'd say, if you worked across industries, it's a blessing. You're so fortunate to be able to do that. And the skill set that you have is very unique compared to someone who has been only in one industry. They have maybe a deeper knowledge in that industry, so they have a difference. They have a different, I guess, something different to leverage. But if you've moved across industries, this is what I would say. Think about what you can, the skill set that you can take with you, the skill set that you've learned, the personal, the professional skills, the soft skills, and also the technical skills, because those technical skills, you can bring them to the new industry, which might be a bit behind, just because industries are different. So if you're moving from IT to automotive, definitely that would be very different compared to hospitality or pharmaceutical. So just think a bit about it. I'd say, again, similar to what I said to my mentee, it is such a privilege to work across industries. So make use of it. Think and reflect about your experience. And let me know, as I said, let me know what you would like me to speak about next LinkedIn Live. And till then, I wish you a great summer, and hopefully I'll speak to you again soon. Have a lovely evening.